Hello, this is a Bluthner style 6 grand piano, 5 foot 8 inches long, made in 1922, and it's been fully restored. It's even got a matching piano stool as well. The piano's been re-veneered and repolished. This is not the original style of desk for this age of Bluthner piano. This is an older style of Bluthner desk. This is a 1920 Bluthner grand, and that's the typical style of desk that they have. We have actually got the desk that was originally on it that's also been re-veneered to match the piano. This is typical rosewood with a lot of contrast in the grain, and wood that we really do favour repolishing, which is something we often repolish rosewood grand pianos. The piano was sold by us in 2008. The clients have looked after it extremely well. If you look carefully, you can see the odd blemish, but really nothing, as you can see. Basically it's pretty integral. I did find a little blemish on the side here, which I may be able to show up. There it is. You can see just slight indentations. We probably make those good, actually. And when it was repolished as well, there's a slight blemish here which they've not been able to disguise more than that. So that's typical of what happens when you repolish a French polisher piano. It has 88 keys like any modern piano, and they're really pristine ivory keys as well. The piano's got a new delignate rest blank, like a lot of new pianos have, and so the tuning pins are rock solid, just like a new piano. If we look inside, we can see the delignate rest blank. You can see multi-layers here. The original Bluthners almost invariably are painted black here, so if it's painted black, it's probably the original rest blank. If it's got multi-layers, as you can see, then you know that that's a delignate rest blank. And the inside of the piano is immaculate. It's just a bit dusty under this soundboard. We haven't done that yet. We've done a lot of mechanical work, just freeing off because it's not being used. Since starting the video, we've now cleaned the soundboard and the frame. It had accumulated quite a lot of dust over the years. To clean the soundboard, we remove the top lid here, and then we insert here something flexible. This is it's either a flexible piece of metal. It's got to be protected, obviously, otherwise you scratch the soundboard. This is something I found actually in a piano, which is very useful. I don't know if they probably don't make those anymore, but it's actually a piece of plastic inside here. And again, you can attach some cloth to the end of it and then just go over the soundboard. Another way of doing it, which I used to do in the old days, is a piece of string tied. You tie a piece of string, cloth tied with a piece of string going right the way through, and then you can put just take the action out and then feed it through from one end here right across the soundboard to the other end. If you have cleaned lots of soundboards, I'd love to hear if you've got a better method of doing it. Thanks. I marked a couple of dampers here which are slightly sticky, and I'll just unstick one of them. You can see it goes down slower than the one next to it. And sometimes you can unstick them like this, just moving them, wiggling them a bit. You have to be a bit careful not to overdo it. But it doesn't always work, and it rarely does actually. You normally have to take them off. So you can see that one. We're going to have to take it off and probably just ream out the hole, make the felt a little bit less tight. So there's the offending damper, and you can see it's coming down a lot slower than the one next to it. And this one also I've had to mark because it's coming down a bit more slowly. So we shall take it out, and then we'll just ease the hole, the guide hole that the damper goes through. So the guide hole's a little tight, and with the tool we can just ease it, pushing this tool. This is actually a let-off adjuster, but it's perfectly adequate for the job. So pushing it in and then just pulling it out, and that should be enough to ease it off. It's just got not been used, the piano. That's the main issue, and obviously the felts were tight when it was restored. So I'll put it back in. I'm just pressing the sustain pedal to make sure that we screw it in at the right height. So now it's perfectly freed off if we try it with the one next to it. And now we can see that this one, it needs doing. It shows it up even more. Now the piano's fitted with a Bluthner patent action. You can see this L-shaped spring here, and that's on nearly all Bluthners up to 1925. It works extremely well, and plenty of videos on that. And fitted with arbel hammers, and you can see there's not really been used since the piano was restored, and that's 2008. The piano has hardly been used, just a slight indentation marks on the strings there. So that's encouraging. It's been played in a bit. We obviously do fine voicing, any fine regulation. The name arbel is written on the side of the hammer here. So the piano was fully restored in 2008, sold by us then, and we bought it back in 2025. So really pleased to get the piano back in. It's got replaced legs, lyre and desk, and the desk is like these pre-1900. I think it's about 1900 that this desk was phased out, and then they did the slatted desk. But it's very attractive, and a lot of people prefer that desk, and I like it very much too. So much work has been done on the piano. We've just lubricated. It's not been used hardly since it was sold, as you can see by the hammers. And we've had to free off some sticky dampers, some slightly sticky hammers. We've lubricated the key bed as well as the balance rail as well as we would normally do, and just whatever works necessary to make it as good as a new piano. And you can practice and learn on this piano definitely if you want a good piano to study on. The weighting 55, that's normal. Kawai is 55, and most pianos are sort of between 50 and 55 in the bass, and then they taper. And this is actually quite similar right through, but fine, feels beautiful to play. So that's a Bluthner style 6 grand piano. That means that's to do with the length, and style 6 means alicot scaling. So style 5 would be without the alicot. And we really pleased when we get one of these in the shorter Bluthner grand piano. So a normal Bluthner grand piano is 190. This one is 173, which is a kind of makes it baby grand length if you want a smaller grand. Really impressed with the piano. I'm really pleased to get it back in. If you're interested in the piano, please do write to info@robertspianos.com. Thank you very much for listening.